Mike, the disgruntled mechanic here. What we're working on today is on the Project Hondu, and we got a genuine cable for the hood latch. We got to run it. Should be interesting. The one just doesn't work anymore. It's broke somewhere. You pull it, it stays out, so it needs some help. So we'll replace this, go through the steps, and here we go. What I'm going to do first is pop these clips out. Looks like somebody was in here. Looks like a different one. Maybe it has a different one stock. First thing we're going to do is pop these body clips out. We'll get a screwdriver and pop them out and pull this back so we can access these little white clips here that are on the cable that you got to squeeze and let down, but we'll get to that when we do. But we'll take these off first and see what kind of access that gives us. We're going to try and, I thought this would come back better. I thought maybe I missed a clip. We're going to try and just pull this back. Nope, that's not working. I know there's screws underneath there, and I was going to try and get away without removing them screws because they're going to be all rusty and crap. But it looks as though we may have to. So let me get set up, and we'll go and see about removing those screws. So what's recommended is to take these there's four screws inside of here holding this part on. And they look like a real bitch to get to. But with having these clips out and with 4 bolts, 2 on either corner of the whole front bumper and 2 underneath, which look accessible and easy to take off, this whole front bumper will pull off, which I think for me is going to be easier. I don't know, I've never done one, but that's what we're going to try. I'll show you what I'm talking about here with the 4 bolts that I have to remove since I removed the clips, and the whole front, this whole front bumper part should come off. So we'll show you that quick. I know it's a little dark here, but right there where I'm pointing, let me move the camera up. I know it may be a little dark or the light may be in, but there's a bolt there that I think you can see right where the light's shining, right up here. And there's one of those on each side, and then there's just 2 bolts like that underneath. And I think I can take this whole thing off, and I honestly think those 2 bolts are going to be easier than those 4 screws that are supposedly up in there. So let me get some power, and we'll rip those 4 bolts off. I'll show you the ones underneath too that I'm talking about, and we'll see if I'm right or not. So there's one right there, and then there's one over there. That looks like the only 2, so there's 4 of them. They're bolts rather than screws. They look like they have decent heads. I don't know how they'll come out. Look at that. That's been smashed up and busted. Oh well. But let's try that and see if we can pull that whole front bumper fascia off. I don't know what you think, but that worked much better for me. So now we can see our cable. We can get it all our bolts. So these 2 little clips are up here. All we're going to do is press them together and drop the cable down in here. Let me get some light in here. The cable's held on up here by these 2 clips. So we're going to take those 2 clips out. We're going to squeeze them together and do it. I can't tell how well it is, but it's just 2 of these clips. You'll see when I take it off. And we got to remember the cable runs back behind here. There's another clip over here. Then I have to go take the inner fender cover off to get a couple more of these. But let's get these popped and we'll get our latch out, which is a little tight in here now, but there's only 3 bolts, 1, 2, 3. You'll be able to see them that you have to get off to take your latch off. So we'll do that, get this unhooked, and we'll get going. We'll take our latch off here quick, our hood release latch. So we're just going to pop this out of our latch now, just like that. Just goes, ball goes down in. That's the way we'll put it back and put our new one in there just like that. So it looks like we just got a mixture of clips and push pins in here, the push clips and some screws. I'm just going to take these top ones out and see if I can pull this down enough just to see by taking some of these out and giving me some room. So we'll do that. If I have to take the screws out, I will, but I'm just going to try and push this down enough to be able to get in there and see what we need. So it won't be the best shot, but I think you can see there's 1 clip, there's 2 clip. We have to pop them, and then it goes into the firewall over there, which you'll see when you have all this down. Actually, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to tie some kind of wire on there for when I pull this cable through, so I can pull the new cable back through with hopefully not having any issues. We'll see how that works. But I'm going to do that right now. I'll get a piece of wire, tape it on there, and pull it back through as far as I can. I didn't go in the inside yet, but since I have the car up, I'm going to do that right now with fishing this through. Okay, we got it that far. We're going to drop it down and go inside and unhook stuff and in there, show you that, and get this new cable in. Right back there, about where the pointer is and the red is where it goes through the other side, the fender, I guess, the cable does. And there's a little rubber grommet there that you would probably have to cut off, but mine's gone. So we'll install the new one when we do, but you may have to cut that off, the head of it off inside, to get the old cable out, but I don't have to do that because mine's gone. So I think all we got here is we got one of those back there, push pins, and this one in the center. So I'll pop those off. Up here's the prize we want to get to. That's the handle for it. But we'll get this off and we'll see what we got underneath there. And you probably can't see them, but there's two 10 millimeter, I think they're 10 millimeter bolts holding your latch on. So let's get those out. And that is the prize. So I'll leave you in here and we'll fish this through with the fish. I'll slowly, yeah, there's the other end of our. So I'll slowly push this through. Well, I can pull it here for a little bit. And there it is. So we got her through. We'll bring her back up through here. We'll hook it up to our latch. And now basically what I'm going to do is put everything back the way it was with the clips and all, which I'm not going to show you. Tighten stuff up in there, put it all back. That's all the opposite. But then we'll bring you back and we'll show you, we'll see if this works. Cross our fingers. So the point I'm at now is bolting the latch back in. So we'll get that done. And then we'll give her a try. Locked. Unlocked. I hope. There we go. Okay. So this is Mike the Disgruntled Mechanic saying that's the way you put a cable in on a 2000 Honda. There's probably some other models. So I'm going to put it back together, put my front clip back on, and then I got an Avalanche fuel pump to help put in. So this is Mike the Disgruntled Mechanic saying just remember, if you can get somebody else to do it, you're probably better off. See ya. Thanks for watching. Bye.
Oh, you dirty, rotten bull! How could you break off? You dirty, rotten mother! Oh, dirty, rotten! How dare you break? Oh, I can't believe it broke off! Not again! Oh, man alive! Son of a... Oh, I can't believe it broke off! Jesus! No wonder I'm the disgruntled mechanic!